Hey everyone, welcome back. My name is Meaty Mitts. TFT patch 12.15 just dropped actually yesterday when I'm recording this. So it actually dropped on August 10th. So we're going to do a quick rundown of what was in the patch and what hopefully we can expect from it. So the first thing we've got on the patch notes is, of course, the new pool party eggs. A little bit of a variant on the Umbra, so you've got a bunch of different colors. Great, all great. Under the large changes category, large like the power of Namzi. So traits, we've got Cavalier bonus armor and resistance was actually nerfed a little bit. At the second, third, and fourth level, that bonus armor and magic resist is going down, so we probably see a little bit less of the full Cavalier comps. We've got some shimmer scale changes. Needlessly big gem, the living unit needed per 1 gold went down from 3 to 2. Shimmer scale mogul's mail health per stack has gone up to 8 from 5. No idea if that is going to make shimmer scale usable or not, playable or not. We'll have to see. Trainer, this is one of the ones that I'm actually more excited about. I've been playing, not specifically trainer comps, but at least adding a little bit of trainer into my compositions. So we've got trainer 3 Namzi damage increase from 100% to 200%. So I have been playing a couple of the like Cannoneer trainer comps, and I have for a while been sticking in the Heimerdinger to get that 3 trainers, build up the Namzi as quick as I can. So this might actually be a reason to keep Heimer in. We've got the trainer Namzi fireball damage has gone down just a little bit. So again, overall, I think the 200% damage at 3 trainer is going to be probably a bigger deal than that. But the trainer 3 fireball damage definitely went up a bunch. So I think it's going to be really interesting to see how many people actually want to play not trainer 3, but I think it'll be nice for the people that do, because there's going to be a lot less people playing trainer 2. Changes to tier 1 units. We've got Ezreal Mystic Shot being buffed. So his magic damage ability being buffed a little bit at all levels. I think this is good. He isn't super strong right now. Is this going to make him super impactful? Probably not. There are a couple of other buffs coming to Swift Shots, so this probably won't affect Ezreal in particular, but it will probably put him back more into the meta if the Swift Shots start getting played a ton more. Senna's attack damage going down just a little bit, but her magic damage going up a little bit. I know in Mort Dog's video he was talking about Senna wanting to be like the Caitlyn, where the attack damage isn't as crazy, but he definitely wanted the ability to be able to start one-shotting people. So this is that change. Going to do a little bit less damage over time and just have a bigger burst. Senna's super strong, and I think this is definitely going to keep her in. It's not. I don't think it's a nerf in any way. Tier 2 units, Kane's health and AD both going up. Little buff to him. I don't see assassins being played a ton. I don't see this being a huge change for him. Hopefully just anybody that really likes to play Kane or these assassin type comps will hopefully be able to utilize him a little bit better, but I don't see that as a big change. Nami getting the big nerfs. She is super strong. Everybody's playing Astral, forcing Nami. Mage comp has been super strong, so this nerf to Nami will hopefully help curb a little bit of that. Forcing Nami when you're not even playing Astral or anything like that. And then the Twitch attack speed being buffed. I think this is not necessarily, again, to help Twitch in general, just make that Swift Shot comp be a little bit better. So hopefully we see that coming back. I really like Swift Shots. Honestly, I think there's a ton of different ways that you can play it, whether it's with Xayah, with Varus. So I'm excited to see Swift Shots actually come back. Tier 3 units, the only real change we've got is going to be Lee Sin. He's going to get that buff. Again, a little bit of an attack speed buff and a little bit of a Dragon's Rage buff. I don't see that as doing a ton. And honestly, I think it was the TFT Twitter that was sent a tweet just the other day talking about what units and what traits do you think are going to be removed come the mid set. And honestly, I think Lee Sin is staging himself to be one of those units that's going to be removed. Just doesn't fit a ton of different places right now. 4-cost units, we're seeing just a little bit of a nerf to Corki, which is good. He's obviously way too strong right now. I've got a video, make sure you check that one out, that I showed just how powerful Corki can be, even when you're contested. Was crazy that 2 Corki comps were both the first and second place. So he deserves that. I don't think it's going to take him out of the meta at all. Xayah also being buffed. I really hope that she's going to be coming back into the meta, or at least, again, that Swift Shot composition. I think the Corki comp needs that to spread out the love a little bit. Tier 5 units, this was an interesting one. They were talking about Shyvana. In Mordog's video, he was talking about Shyvana, this being a buff, making Shyvana more consistent. I've seen a couple of other takes that this is definitely a hardcore nerf onto Shyvana. So first being that she's now more reliably targeting the largest clump of units. So this is good for planning, but it's good for planning on both sides. So if you're playing at a high level of play, theoretically, this is going to make it easier to plan as the opponent of a Shyvana. That if I'm playing a Corki comp, I'm going to move my Corki over and isolate him, so then Shyvana will never hit the Corki. But so again, at least more predictable, consistent is good. But it makes it a lot easier to counter. The other thing that they talked about was the mana nerf. So she's going to have less mana starting off, which is, again, going to make the counter play on Shyvana a whole lot easier. So it'll be interesting. They talked about this being a buff to Shyvana. I think that it is going to be that nerf, which, to be fair, she's ridiculous already, so I like the consistency. I play against her a lot more than I play Shyvana right now, so I am okay with this change. And then we've got for items, a couple of the Ornn items are being nerfed. Let's be honest, those were, when those augments come up, those are like insta-lock. We're going to grab those. So Eternal Winter, the attack speed slows going way down. Thank goodness. It was overwhelmingly picked when you get it in your shop. And then we've got Rocket Propelled Fist health going down to 350 from 400. Gargoyle Stone Plate, armor and magic resist going down from 18 to 16. Again, I think that's good. That was always like a go-to slam item. I never had a problem building it, so a little bit of a nerf is okay, I think. Changes to a couple of augments. Eye of the Storm bonus ability for units in the center of the board going up from 40 to 45, and then the same post lightning strike ability power 120 to 135, so that's great, getting a little buff for that. Intercosmic Gifts orb chance to spawn a second orb going from 50 to 100%, and then the orb drop location shifted slightly higher to make it more noticeable. Good quality of life stuff right there. Stand United attack damage per active trait going down. That was super strong. I feel like the meta has changed a lot from focusing. We're not seeing nearly as much of the 9-12 of the same unit. We're seeing a lot more of the spread out. Stand United was getting really, really strong. So that is also really good to see. So those were the big changes. Moving on to their category of small changes, we've got Jade % max health regen going down a little bit at the second level, which again I think is good. If you're going full Jade comp, get that full regen, but you need to go all in if you want that. Tier 1 units, Karma's ability no longer fizzles, is what they said. The projectile will now go and explode even if the target dies before it lands. So that's a direct buff. So we're seeing then just a little bit of a damage nerf, which again I think in general is going to make her overall DPS go up, just because her ult is going to hit a lot more. And then Set's knuckle down attack damage ratio going down just a bit. He's obviously one of the strongest, at least tier 1 units, so a little bit of a nerf is always good there. Ashe volley damage is going up a little bit at tier 3, which again, I don't see that being a huge thing. I don't see Ashe reroll becoming a thing. It's obviously not a thing right now. But I think going into what I've been talking about this whole time, they're buffing swift shots. Ashe needed something as well. So not anything huge, just a little bit at that 3-star area. We're going to see Deja's Wind Blast damage taking just a little bit of a hit. Deja's pretty darn strong, so that is good. Xiaoyu's Jade Form attack damage ratio is also going down. Jade being one of those top compositions, this is probably good. Again, there's no change at the tier 3. I don't see a ton of people building up to tier 3 on the dragons. And then we've got Talon's Shadow Assault target stab base magic damage going up, but only at tier 3. Again, I think Mort was talking in his video that Talon is a little bit of an underperformer. I think the entire assassin comp is a little bit of an underperformer. But they were talking all about how at tier 3, Talon felt still so bad because he still wasn't killing stuff. So this just basically helps you get that one shot if you build up to a Talon 3-star for some reason. All right, and then tier 5 units, Ao Shin is getting a little bit of a buff. Good. He's again one of those probably the least used dragons, so this is a good buff at the tier 1 to make it a little bit easier to get into the Tempest. Pike changes, not a whole lot. If you want the details, go and watch Mort's video. Talks about just a change to make sure that he actually executes people. Yasuo is now invulnerable when he's performing his execute animation. There's a lot of debate on this one right now. I think it's a good thing. If he gets into his execute animation, I think it should finish. I think it all really depends on which side of the equation that you're on, but I think for the most part, if he gets into that execute animation, I think it should finish. So I think that's a good change. Makes him stronger, makes him definitely going to be a lot more contested than he already is. We got small changes to augments. Cluttered Mind can now only be offered on 2-1. Just some changes because they noticed different things not being picked late game, so they're not going to offer it late game anymore. Late game specialist players no longer have to pick up the gold that's granted by late game specialists. Just a nice little quality of life thing. Reckless spending will no longer be offered on 2-1. Again, just minor changes on when things could be picked up based on how often they were picked up already. That was our quick patch 12.5 rundown, which again was released August 10th, so it is live. Go and enjoy it. Let me know what you think of this patch, which comps do you think are going to be the strongest? I still honestly think that Corki's going to be one of the strongest, even though he's getting a buff. But I'm super excited to try out the Xayah comp, Swift Shot comp, see how strong something like that has gotten. We will see you next time. Thanks for watching.